So I think what's next for digital asset management is what I like to call useful AI. I think everybody is on social media, is in the news about generative AI and all that kind of fun creative things, but what we're going to see over the next 6 to 12 months is teams realizing that AI can do more for you than those massive wholesale changes. If we can use AI to save 5%, 10% of time on this task and that task, while not flashy, what you're going to find is a lot of time savings for companies, especially as things are shifting so much with economic, status between the EU and the US and kind of the workflow changes. AI is going to plug a lot of those holes so people can focus and push faster.
I'd say there's probably 2 or 3 things that we think are going to be happening next. One is the convergence of systems that can manage both images and video. We've all known they've struggled around this historically. We're starting to see some new players or some systems that can actually do both, and I think that's a really innovative thing that will be happening. Number 2 is, where does AI go? Way beyond just, it'll tag for you. Nobody really, that works, but that's not the big thing. It's more about generative content. How will that affect us in DAM? It's something we're not really quite sure yet. How much more do we have to manage all of these assets at great scale versus managing the generative AI that can augment based on our base data? I think that's what's going to be really important. And then of course, who knows what's going to happen with OpenAI and the way that we query our DAMs, right? So right now we have to create relationships between all of the assets. What if we don't have to anymore, but instead let AI create these relationships to find things that we've never thought of before on how they can be connected together?
What's next in digital asset management? Well, I feel as though it's changing fast. I'd like to see a lot of changes in the way that it connects with other systems. We're talking a lot about ecosystems rather than DAM, and I think that's really exciting. That will help us really move it forward, hopefully, within the organization, and help us get more buy-in and move it forward out of its own silo of just being this repository.
So what I see next is more emphasis on the text side of digital assets, decomposing text, categorizing, tagging at a much more granular level, integrating with systems that understand that, like headless CMSs or taxonomy and ontology systems. But at the end of the day, I see a more collaborative, more integrated ecosystem play where DAM is a major player, but has to understand that it is part of that overall picture for the brand, and one player on a team for delivering modern experiences. That's what will enable us to properly leverage AI, to get onto the metaverse, to hit our ROI targets and our efficiency targets, to manage the global, local personalization, contextualization of content, and so on.